All right, today we are going deep inside a real IELTS speaking test. We're going to pull apart a performance that scored a band 6 so you can hear exactly what that sounds like and, more importantly, understand why it got that score. Let's get into it. I mean, it's a huge question, isn't it? You can read all the official descriptions in the world, but nothing, and I mean nothing, beats actually hearing it in action. It's how you really learn the difference between a pretty good answer and a truly great one. So, let's find out.
Okay, first, just a super quick recap of the test structure so we're all on the same page. Part 1, that's your warm-up, a general chat. Part 2 is the big one, the long term, where you talk for up to 2 minutes on one topic. Then you finish with Part 3, which is a deeper discussion that spins off from Part 2. Pretty straightforward, right?
So let's meet our case study for today, a test taker named Mariana. And here's our plan of attack. First, we're going to break down her fluency. Then we'll dig into her vocabulary and grammar. After that, we'll touch on pronunciation. And from there, we'll build a complete profile of a Band 6 speaker and wrap up with a solid action plan to help you leapfrog into that Band 7+ zone.
Okay, let's dive right into the first big category, fluency and coherence. This is all about the rhythm, the flow, and the logic of how you speak.
So what's the examiner really listening for here? Well, they're checking if you can keep the conversation going without awkward, long pauses or losing your train of thought. And they're also making sure your ideas actually link together. A key thing here, it's not about talking a million miles an hour. It's all about that smooth, logical flow.
Okay, so take a listen to this clip from Mariana's Part 1. You can hear those little stumbles, right? The the end, and the classic filler, And we totally get what she's saying, but those little bumps in the road interrupt the smoothness. That is a classic signpost of a Band 6 performance. So, how do we level this up? Let's look at the difference. A Band 7+ version is just so much cleaner and more direct. See? No fillers, no repeats. And by using more precise words like coastal town and located, you're not just boosting fluency, you're getting extra points for vocabulary at the same time. All right, next up, we're going to tackle 2 criteria at once because, honestly, they're really 2 sides of the same coin. Vocabulary, which IELTS calls lexical resource, and, of course, grammar. Basically, the examiner's asking 2 big questions. 1, do you have a good range of words to talk about things without just saying good or bad over and over? And 2, can you build sentences correctly and can you mix it up with different structures? Simple as that.
Now, to be fair, Mariana has some really good vocabulary in her pocket here. Sightseeing, panoramic views, those are fantastic on-topic words. But, and this is a big but, she gets stuck on one phrase, a lot of. Using it 3 times in just one thought really limits her score. A Band 7 speaker would swap those out for numerous, plenty of, or maybe a wide variety of.
And now for a little grammar snapshot. The meaning is totally clear, right? You know exactly what she means. But there are a couple of little issues. 4-month instead of months is a basic error, and making an internship just sounds a bit unnatural. It's these small but frequent errors that tend to cap a score right at Band 6. So what's the Band 7+ fix? Well, check this out. You correct the simple mistake, months, but then you upgrade the grammar. Using I've been doing is way more advanced. It shows the examiner you have sophisticated control and can choose the perfect tense for the situation. Okay, I want to pause here for a second and point out something Mariana did really well. In Part 2, she tells this awesome, super clear story about a travel nightmare in Southeast Asia. She sets the scene, introduces a big problem, a visa issue, and then resolves it with the hero, this kind stranger who helped her out. This proves she can organize her thoughts and speak for a long time, which is a huge plus. Okay, on to our final piece of the puzzle, and this is the one that ties it all together. Pronunciation. First things first, let's bust a huge myth. This is not about your accent. It is not about sounding British or American. The only thing that matters is clarity. Can the examiner understand you easily, without having to lean in and strain to figure out what you're saying? That's the whole game. And this is where you see how everything we've talked about is connected. Individually, Mariana's pronunciation of words is actually pretty good. So what's the problem? It's those hesitations and fillers we talked about earlier. They break the natural rhythm of her speech. It's like a chain reaction. When your fluency is a bit shaky, it automatically pulls your pronunciation score down with it. All right, so we've looked at all the individual parts. Now let's put them all together. What does the profile of a Band 6 speaker actually look like? What's the complete picture? Think of it this way. A Band 6 speaker is what the IELTS calls a competent user.
And that's a perfect description. They can absolutely get their point across. They're willing to talk, they can discuss different topics, but the whole performance is just held back by that noticeable pattern of hesitation, some repeated words, and those grammatical slips that are frequent enough to notice.
And you know, the best part about breaking things down like this, it's not about pointing out mistakes. It's about creating a crystal clear roadmap for improvement. Once you understand the Band 6 profile, you know exactly what you need to do to get to Band 7.
So what can you do, like right now, to start moving towards that Band 7? Here are a few concrete steps. First, always try to paraphrase the question in your answer. Don't just repeat it. Second, make it a mission to upgrade your everyday words. Instead of good, say remarkable. Instead of interesting, say fascinating. Third, work on using more complex connectors, like although or despite. And finally, and seriously, this last one is a total game changer. Record yourself speaking. Then listen back and hunt for those ahs and ums. It's the fastest way to eliminate them.
So there you have it, a deep dive into what a Band 6 really sounds like. Moving up to a 7 isn't about some secret trick. It's about making small, targeted improvements. So I'm going to leave you with one question to really think about for your own practice. After seeing all this, what's the one thing, the single weakness you are going to focus on fixing this week?